Hello folks, thanks for joining us on another episode of We Love Lewisville-Clemmons, special Pfafftown Edition. I'm really excited today to be with Brad Royal, the principal of Reagan High School, and I'm Tony Green. I'm a broker and appraiser with Greenhaven Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell property in the area, please don't hesitate to give us a call. I'd be honored to help you. But Brad, thanks so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Looking forward to hearing a little bit about what's going on with Reagan and everything. But before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. My name's Brad Royal. I'm the principal at Reagan High School. I am a happily married man. My wife is also works in the school system. She's the executive director for the EC division. My son attends Reagan High School. He's a freshman here. My daughter's a junior at UNC Wilmington, majoring in nursing.
Okay.
We love this area. We've lived here for, I guess, it's over 20 years now. You get old, you can't quite remember.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You can't quite remember it all. But we go to church in this community. We shop in the community.
Yeah.
Our friends live in the community. It's just it's a great place. And so I went to UNC Charlotte to do my undergraduate. I actually majored in chemistry.
Okay.
And taught chemistry for several years before.
Not my favorite subject, by the way.
You would have loved it if you had me, though. Chemistry is one of those tested subjects, so you kind of learn what it takes to be able to teach your kids and prepare them for courses that lay beyond, and especially college and those sorts of things, while also being able to prepare them for those state exams. And so then I became an assistant principal and was an assistant principal for about 6 years, and then moved on and cut my teeth a little bit at the middle school as a middle school principal.
Okay.
Before coming here to Reagan, which has been the most wonderful thing I've ever done in my professional career.
That's awesome. We're glad to have you. And I think you mentioned you got your master's at Gardner Webb.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah,
Okay.
I did receive my master's from Gardner Webb University, the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
But
big Bowling Springs,
yeah,
North Carolina.
I went there twice actually. I went there we used to have to take comps. I'm old, so back when I was getting my master's, you had to take what they call comprehensive exams. And so that was the first time I ever visited the campus. Then the last time was for graduation. So they did cohorts off of their campus. They do a lot of that actually with their graduate programs.
Okay.
And so, and that's a thriving graduate school program actually. There's a lot of administrators in our district who've received their degrees from there, and actually all across the
Yeah, I've got a friend
tri-area.
who got her master's there as well.
Yeah.
But so had you been teaching for a while in the profession before you went back and got your master's?
Yeah, I taught a total of 8 years before I went into administration, and I had taught for 5 years before I went back to school. And I was one of those people that when I graduated school said, I am never going back to school. You know the words never. I don't know if your mom ever told you, but if you don't say never, because if you say never, you're going to do it. And
Yeah,
so, but
absolutely.
it was something that I wanted to do, and I knew the direction that I wanted my career to go.
Right.
And in the field of education, you really can't advance in your career and take on more leadership opportunities without a advanced degree.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, Brad, we have a lot of folks who watch our videos that are thinking about moving to the area.
Okay.
So let them know a few things about maybe why they would want their student to attend Reagan High School.
Yeah, I have that question asked of me a lot actually, and I would say that this is just a terrific area to raise your family. I'm raising my family here. Now, my daughter thinks she's fully grown because she's, of course, in college.
Yeah, I
but,
understand that.
we've raised our family here. It's a wonderful area. I mean, there's things for you to do in this area, whether if faith is important to you, there's all kinds of churches and denominations and opportunities there. The mountains are just, a jump and a skip away, and that beautiful, beautiful beach that I love so much is not that far away as well. And so there's just plenty of things for kids to do, right?
Right.
There's the youth sports and just the opportunities for kids to be involved. I mean, the equestrian sports in our community is incredible. And we have so many kids here at Reagan that are involved with horseback riding and all of that. It's unbelievable.
Wow, yeah, I didn't realize that.
But I think a lot of people want to know, and I'm not trying to paraphrase your question, but what makes Reagan special and unique? I encourage anyone ever to come visit. I'll give people a private tour if that's what they would like to have. This is a special place. It is a special school, and I have been a part of 5 different schools and 3 different school systems. And I tell everybody that's willing to listen to me, I'm the luckiest principal to be alive ever, to be able to be the principal here. It's a terrific school. Kids here come here with this intentionality, a sense of purpose that they want to have. They understand that, that getting their high school education is the next step to whatever their dreams are. And we have the most amazing staff here, Tony. I mean, I would take my staff and to use I guess a unique phrase, I would go to battle with anyone, because our staff is just outstanding. So this school year, North Carolina issues a school performance grade for all schools. Reagan High School is an A+ school. We have the highest letter grade we've ever had in the history of the building.
Fantastic.
North Carolina does this thing also called a measure of growth, okay? So children have been tested in the state of North Carolina in public schools their entire lives.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they create basically a database of kids' test scores. And then as the kid goes into the next grade, they look at those test scores and say, all right, we predict, according to how you've done in the past, you should do this well. Okay, and they basically put you into a percentile, okay? And that percentile compares you to the kids in your cohort, kids around your age group, right? So I'm so excited to tell you that Reagan High School's growth last year was 13.32. And I know people are like, well, what does that number mean? Basically, our kids on average jumped 13 percentile. That is not just the highest growth of all schools in Winston-Salem, Forsyth County schools. Tony, it's the highest growth of any high school in the state of North Carolina.
Wow, Brad, that's awesome.
That is a testament right
really
there
is.
Of the hard work that our kids put forth, the understanding that families in our community have that this is truly a team project. We never approach it as us and them. It's just us.
Right.
And then it's another testament to the hard work, perseverance of our staff.
Yeah.
The culture of Reagan is just a unique place. It's a place that is inviting of all people. We encourage our kids to set dreams. I stole a phrase from Eric Jensen, but I told them to, as I met with them this year, I said, I want you to set gaudy goals. And a gaudy goal is not some low goal. Set something up there, and then it's my job to help you get there. It's your teacher's job, your parents' jobs to help you get there. And so that's the kind of culture we have here, and you're seeing it in our results. You see it in the smiles on the kids' faces as they come in the building every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to see the fruition of your hard work and effort. So that's fantastic news to hear about the A+ rating. Well, tell us some other things that, I mean, we've talked about what's going on with Reagan. Talk a little bit about the sports here at Reagan.
Yeah. So we're in the fall season currently. Each year there is a something called the Wells Fargo Cup, okay, in the Central Piedmont Conference, which we're a part of in the 4A. That is awarded to overall sports points that are attributed. So each team, whether it's the football team or it's the golf team, accrue points to where you finish in the conference. And do you know that 6 of the last 7 years we've won that in our conference, which is basically a recognition of your overall sports. The fall is off to a tremendous start. Your daughter plays volleyball here, and I know that she enjoys that, being a part of something that's bigger than yourself, which is always great, because that's what you're trying to teach with sports and clubs as well. It's about being a part of a team, because a lot of what we do in society in the real world is team oriented. And so getting kids to learn to have that sacrifice to self in order to devote oneself to team is important. And the leadership and the opportunities that come through that are amazing. But the fall sports teams are off to a great start. Football's 3-0. Our volleyball
Has
team.
Reagan been 3-0 before in football?
I believe we have been before. I can't answer. The school's been open for 15 years now, and so I don't want to answer yes or no to that. I think we have. But I know that we are off to a tremendous start this year. We have a very good football team. Our volleyball team's excellent. You know, our girls golf team won the state championship last year.
Okay.
And so they are excellent. You know, we mentioned the volleyball team. They've been the Final Four in the state 4 consecutive years.
Yeah.
They got to work cut out for them this
program.
year.
Yes, they do.
But tennis is undefeated at the current time.
Okay.
You know, of course, we've got guys soccer going on. We've got cross country boys and girls going on, and as well as girls field hockey, which is a club sport, but we offer it here at Reagan.
Okay.
I mean, it's somebody asked me the other day what sports we didn't offer, and I said polo. I think it's the only sport. That may be water polo as well. But,
right.
you know, we offer every sport that's sanctioned by the state of North Carolina, as well as some that aren't, such as field hockey, which is a club sport. We have sand volleyball for boys and girls.
Yes.
And so we truly believe at Reagan that we want to provide kids with opportunities to find themselves and to get connected.
Right.
So.
Yes, I mean, with all those opportunities, I mean, there's definitely a place for everyone.
Absolutely.
And I know Reagan's really well known for their band as well.
Yeah, you know, not every kid's an athlete, and that's okay. I don't know if my wife is watching this. I would say Tracy participated in sports. I wouldn't call her an athlete. But, you know, I think that every kid has a niche, though. And so if you look at our arts programs, our marching band, I mean, wow. I mean, wow's all I know to say. Robert Johnston, our band director, actually writes band programs, the programs, their routines for schools all across the country. And so, he's amazing. And so every year we go to all these band competitions and we bring home the grand championships in just about every single one of them. We have a dance team that is actually traveling this year to Disney to compete. We have, you know, a theater arts program, and we put on 2 of the most incredible performances. It always amazes me, Tony, how they can remember all those lines. I mean, it's incredible, but they are amazing. And, you know, our visual arts bring home gold keys every year. And then, you know, what about the other kids that aren't artistic and maybe they aren't athletic? We have just all kinds of clubs. I stopped 2 kids in the hallway a little while ago, and I was chatting them up. Hey, what do you got? You know, what you got going on today? They're going to our anime club, which is, you know, where they draw the cartoons and whatnot. And so we do really. It's part of our culture. I know I've said that several times, but it is a part of what we do here, of trying to create avenues and windows to get kids connected. Because when kids are connected, they begin to take a little stronger ownership.
Right.
And then, you know,
it really helps them to have a better self-image too.
Absolutely.
If they're connected with somebody.
Absolutely.
In some type of program, I think.
Yeah, and it's about, you know, making friends, because, you know, we talk about school, we think about learning and athletics and stuff, but it's okay for them to have friends. That's an important piece. I mean, the social aspect of schools is very important.
Right, absolutely. Well, Brad, tell us something about your job here at Reagan as principal that maybe a lot of people don't know about.
Oh, wow. You know, you never know what people do and don't know. I work a lot of hours. I would say that. I do not begrudge any of those hours. I really enjoy it. Like tonight, when we finish up here, I've got some extracurriculars I'm going to observe, and I probably won't leave till about 10 tonight. And so, you know,
it's a long day.
It is. I work about 70 hours a week on average. Some weeks get up to 80. You know, but there's a lot going on. Reagan's like it's like a city. If you ever drive by, and people that may be watching this that have come by here at night, there's always something going on. And so, you know, as a principal, I want to support my kids. I do. I think they appreciate the fact that the staff, not just the principal, but the staff in general, come out and support them, whether it's an athletic event or a play, whatever the case is. I try to support our kids. And so I'm not sure the general public always knows the amount of time that educators work. We do it because we love the kids, though.
Yeah.
And it's why we do what we do. You know? My vision here at Reagan has always been that kids come first. And if it's not putting kids first, then we just don't do it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, as a parent, I mean, I just want to say thank you for your hard work and dedication, because, I mean, it doesn't go unnoticed. We see you here a lot.
I've always joked that since I've been principal at Reagan, my family comes here to see me now instead of me going home. But, you know, I have a freshman that's here this year, and he's cutting his teeth on the high school thing as well. But fortunately, he's very involved with school type things, so he's around. I get to see him a little bit there, and you know, my wife will stop by every once in a while, maybe bring me dinner.
Right. Well, so you've been in the community for about 20 years, you said. If you were to move, where would you go?
Funny you asked that. So I told you about that beautiful thing called the beach earlier, right? My wife and I are very much avid saltwater addicts.
I understand that too. Same here.
We have purchased a lot in Oak Island, and it's our plan that when we retire, God willingly, we will be relocating to Oak Island, and our roots will always be here. Though there's something special about this community, and so whereas we know that we will probably spend the majority of our time in Oak Island, we will definitely not move away and not come back. I mean, we will. I don't know how I could ever not be here on Friday night for a football game.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the former principal that used to be here, Stan Elrod, I see him just about every Friday night because there's just something special about this place.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights, that's right.
Well, Brad, before we wrap up, are there any upcoming events or anything that you'd like to tell the community about?
So our homecoming football game is coming up. It's don't have the dates. The day's the 10th, right? 11th.
Today's the 11th,
So
yeah.
12th, 13th, the 27th of September. So we certainly encourage all the people that's ever attended Reagan to come back. That's part of being part of homecoming.
Right.
We have our Hall of Fame induction, actually. We have a Hall of Fame here at Reagan, and we're inducting 4 new members this year, and that'll be in October. So those are some couple big things that are coming up.
Okay.
But yeah, this place never sleeps. So Tony, there's always something going on.
Yeah, I know that's right. Well, Brad, thanks so much for chatting with us today, and it was good to get to know you a little bit more and just finding out a little bit more about what's going on with Reagan. So thanks again.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming over too. Thank you for the interview.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, folks, thanks for watching today, and we'll see you again real soon.